The anger, disappointment, regret, and sadness of parents for themselves or their past relationships are not unfamiliar to those who have experienced or witnessed it. Looking back, every child feels a lingering sadness in their heart. This feeling persists throughout a parent's life, always present in every look, every thought when they see their children. The saddest and most pitiable are the children. Adults can find many new partners, but children have only one father and one mother. That lack is a deep scar in the soul, always present and unavoidable throughout their life. Take, for example, the divorce of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Everyone was concerned about what would happen to their children. Walzer and Daniel Knotts, a family lawyer based in New York, expressed disappointment when Jolie, an actress, director, and United Nations humanitarian, forced her adolescent children to be involved in Pitt's teaching process in their parents' marriage. Lawyers know that testifying in marital cases can deeply hurt children and teenagers. Sharing personal information in these situations can make them feel like they have to choose sides, to stand with either their mother or father, both of whom they love. The psychological consequences of divorces like these are inevitable. They not only affect the parents but also weigh heavily on the children's hearts, making them feel hurt and lost. Adults can overcome and find new happiness, but for children, that wound will always be present, an indelible part of their childhood and later life. When it comes to complex divorces in Hollywood, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are undoubtedly the first two names that come to mind. What led them to this terrible mistake? Perhaps it all started in 2004, when the couple met on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt got married after 10 years together in an intimate ceremony at the Chateau Miraval winery in France. At the time, Angelina shared with Vanity Fair, "It feels different. It's nice to be husband and wife." However, just 2 years later, this marriage came to an end. In September 2016, Angelina filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The situation became more complicated when the FBI and the Los Angeles Department of Child and Family Services confirmed they were investigating Brad for alleged child abuse following an incident on the family's private plane. Specifically, Brad was accused of physical abuse against one of his children. During this event, Maddox, the couple's eldest son, stood up for his mother. The actor was drunk and had a heated argument with Angelina. Brad has not made any official comments on the allegations, but he has publicly admitted to drinking and drug use. Brad revealed that he quit drinking and using marijuana after these incidents. The story of Angelina and Brad is a typical example of the difficulties and trauma a family faces when a marriage falls apart, especially when serious allegations like child abuse are involved. In such situations, the children not only endure the pain of family breakup but also face psychological pressures from their parents' disputes. This story makes us realize that while adults can seek and build new lives, the wounds in children's souls may be much harder to heal completely. Therefore, protecting and caring for the psychological well-being of children in such circumstances is crucial. We need to create a safe and loving environment to help them feel comforted and supported during the most challenging times. The divorce of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, also known as Brangelina, caused a public uproar and became a constant topic of discussion. Was their decision to part ways a wise one? Only they can truly understand. After announcing their divorce in September 2016, Angelina and Brad underwent numerous legal proceedings in California. These proceedings were initially conducted privately and quietly, but in February 2017, Angelina spoke out for the first time about the divorce, sharing that, "We will get through this time and hopefully be a stronger family for it." Her statement reflected hope and determination to protect their family despite the decision to separate. However, financial disputes complicated the situation further. According to court documents, Brad was accused of not providing meaningful support financially since the split. In response, Brad claimed that he had loaned Angelina $8 million and paid an additional $1.3 million for other bills. This dispute highlighted the difficulties both sides faced in reaching an agreement on financial issues post-divorce. The following year, it was revealed that Angelina had allowed Brad access to the children, but they were still working to resolve matters amicably. Angelina stated that she decided to part ways with Brad for the well-being of her family, emphasizing, "It was the right decision. I focus on healing our children. Now they are very brave and strong individuals." Recently, Brad was granted joint custody of the children in a tentative ruling. This decision was based on testimony from individuals involved in the case, including experts who had spent time with the children. This marked a significant breakthrough in the couple's divorce, but there is still a long road ahead to achieve stability and harmony for both parties, especially for their children. In the end, perhaps no one can judge whether their decision to divorce was wise except for those directly involved. For Angelina, the divorce was a step to protect the happiness and safety of her family. For Brad, it was an opportunity for personal change and improvement. No matter how difficult and painful this decision was, both are striving to overcome it and find a better future for their children. The divorce story of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie is indeed a long and complex journey. It has taken nearly 8 years and millions of dollars to reach the current stage, yet they have not even begun dividing their joint assets, including a vineyard and real estate in France. Their combined assets are estimated to be worth $164 million. Currently, Angelina is living in a house she bought for $25 million in Los Angeles. However, sources suggest that she has moved elsewhere. Angelina once shared, "I would love to live abroad and will do so as soon as my children are 18. This indicates her intention to change her living environment in search of peace and happiness after the tumultuous events. Some commentators predict that Brangelina's divorce could drag on for another 6 years, with legal costs continuing to rise by millions of dollars. Dividing the assets is not only financially complex but also emotionally charged, especially when it involves valuable and sentimentally significant properties like their vineyard and real estate in France. Although both have made decisions and taken actions towards stability, it is clear that the path to agreement and harmony is not easy. The prolonged legal proceedings create not only financial burdens but also significant psychological pressures for both parties and especially for their children. While awaiting the completion of legal procedures, both Brad and Angelina are trying to build new lives. Angelina, with her desire to live abroad, may be searching for a place where she and her children can find peace. Brad, after the difficulties and changes, is also striving to maintain a good relationship with his children. Ultimately, no matter how long this divorce drags on or how much money it costs, the most important thing is the mental health and happiness of the children. This is the responsibility and love that both Brad and Angelina are aiming for. Hopefully, they will find a way to resolve everything peacefully and reasonably, bringing stability and tranquility to the family, especially for the children.